Hello everyone, in this video we're going over the solo game modes and the final 3 game modes for Fall Guys Season 1. First we have Perfect Match, which is a memory game. You will have fruit displayed on the tiles you are standing on, and you have 15 seconds to remember them. These pictures are random, so they also show only part of the picture. So my advice is to stand in the middle of one, which has cherry, orange apples, and stand in the middle of one, so you are standing on an orange, and next to you is a cherry and an apple, or a grape, or a banana, whatever they are. After the 15 seconds of displaying or showing the pictures, the screens will show the fruit to stand on. So here, bananas. So you all jump to the banana picture, and then all of the platforms disappear that aren't bananas. It can test your memory, and sometimes it gets confusing. I've definitely lost this once because I wasn't concentrating. So good luck and just stay focused. Our next mode is Block Party. You're all standing on a small platform, and these blocks will appear from one direction, and you have to avoid them. If you get hit by them, they will just push you off the edge and you will be eliminated. They start off easy, but get more difficult towards the end. This is one of the ones where you want to avoid the main group. However, sometimes that's impossible. That's my example of why. You'll get pushed around, you'll get grabbed on, you might fall over, and that could be the end of your go. If you can move to the side where there is less people, then that's great. You don't want to be too close to either edge because you want space to run back if it's a fast moving block or you need to walk a long distance. But you don't want to be too close to be surprised, because if you do hit the block, sometimes they just push you and make you fall over and you can't recover. So just give yourself space and give yourself time and don't panic. Next is Tail Tag. This is exactly the same as Teen Tail Tag in our other video, where you are spawned either with a golden tail or no tail. The goal is to hold a tail or golden tail at the end of the round. If you don't have a tail, you will be eliminated. For this, my advice is use your camera well, getting in position like I'm on here, where I can see on the edge of my screen people coming. If they don't have a tail, I know that I need to run. If they have a tail, you don't need to run away from people with golden tails. You can stick together and hope that someone else will be steal their tail instead. So I like to stand here. I can see people coming up the slope to me or people coming through the middle, and I've got time to react. You can jump across the spaces with a jump and a dive. I don't know if this is the best route because people might be able to recover faster than you or whatever. However, this is how I chose to play this game. In rollout, your aim is to not fall off. Each of these coloured spinners will rotate in alternating opposite directions. They will have gaps in them and walls come along. You have to obviously not fall down the gaps, and also because it is a round shape, you can slide off the side if you get too far away from the middle. You can jump some of the gaps if they're small enough, so this is a good emergency tactic. And I advise you don't stand too close to the edge of the alternating spinners, because some people can push you off, which has happened to me. And we're on to the final rounds. These are the rounds for the crown. First is Full Mountain, which is a race. You have to be the first all the way to the top and just jump into the crown. This one, there's lots of balls that will be rolling down to hit you. Be careful as they hit the gate, because they will spin and hit you. You can use these spinning gates to fly you forward if you time it right, but it's difficult to time that right because they are fast. Main one for this is to just avoid the balls. It wastes a lot of time getting hit by them. These spinners, there's some ways which you can time it well, but again, I would go away where if you do get hit, you get hit forwards. Sadly, I didn't make it. Royal Fumble is exactly the same as tail tag. There is only one tail though, so you all chase for the same tail. If you have the tail, my advice is to not be too risky with your jumps, because if you fall over, your recovery time, people will steal it. I would use the middle section. This is very popular at the moment, like this guy is using, where he jumps and uses it to spin in random directions. Yes, you fall over, so if there's anyone down below, you're in a little bit of trouble. However, if this is one-on-one and there's only two of you left, then it's good just to keep running. You're not going to be faster or slower with the tail, so just run away, make everything safe, because the only way you're going to lose there is if you take a very slow path and they manage to cut a corner, or you fall over. If you don't have the tail, my advice is to look for ways to cut corners. Try and force the tail wearer to make a mistake and fall over. Or if there's multiple people chasing, let the idiots chase and you try and cut them off. So while they all go around one object, you go the other way to meet them, because that will surprise them. So it's a case of learning the map. It's very difficult to catch them if you don't have it, but if you cut corners and play sensibly, then you will catch them. Good luck. You can also steal the tail back very fast, like I just did there, so look for opportunities to do that. As I said, the middle is quite good. It gets you away from people and gets you some breathing space. And our last one is Hexagon. In this one, there's many layers of hexagons. As soon as a player steps on them, it starts to disappear. I think it's about 2 seconds before it disappears. So you can do a start where you jump like that, but it does mess up your fall for the next layer. My advice is just accept the fall and then start running on the next layer. This has a lot of planning needed. You really need to plan your routes. It's best to start on the outside and just go and follow the outside, or start from the middle and just keep running in bigger circles. Don't go random in this. Plan your route miles ahead, and then you can jump over a blank one and keep running. I've seen some people jump constantly, but it really does screw you over if you do that, because you really do mess up your pattern and your speed. If you fall over in this, you are going to go through 1 or 2 layers. But it's good to keep running and just keep running in a big path. Then when you've got this, you can also just go back on yourself, do a U-turn. It's just a case of delaying falling. That's all it is. If you really want to plan and be aggressive, what you can do is see where other people is and cut them off and make sure they don't have a place to jump to. But just delay until you're really, really good at that. Anyway, best of luck with winning, and I really hope you've learned something from all of these modes.